Go. Week 7 power rankings coming to you. Here we go. Who do we got? 12th, we got dead last DeLuga. I mean, this was as simple as it gets. He's had the worst score 3 out of the last 4 weeks. His team's terrible right now. He's only scored more than 83 points once this season. He knows he's dead last. You know it. My mom knows it. Everybody knows it. He's dead last. Plain and simple. 11th, Steven Smoked Turkey Gray. Sorry, I'm just looking over my notes. I want to get this right. They're important. I got to get them right. Steve actually had his best showing since week 1. Still lost. Yeah, Zaya beat him, and I think with that win, Zaya 6-0, Steve 1-5. We kind of see last year that big fight, that argument of whose team it was. I think we know who's to blame. 10, Kevin Kopey. He's shown a little fight, little life these last 2 weeks. Still, again, lost, but he's got a big matchup this week with myself. I think looking through the schedule, me versus Kevin, that's going to be the game of the week, maybe the game of the year. It's a very highly anticipated game, and I think we're really... What are you doing with a knife? Anyways, it's highly anticipated. Number 9, Brady. Kind of looking through Brady, his record. I think he lost. I don't know. Yeah, he lost. Look at his team. He's pretty consistent. He scores 85 to 100 each week. Nothing too high, nothing too low, and that's what he does. He beats the bad teams. He loses to the good. Beats Kevin and Steve and loses to the good teams like John, Andy, Sean, and my team. This week he plays Derek, and I think that's more of it's Derek's type of statement game. If you win, Derek, your team's good. If you lose, your team's bad. It's a test for Derek this week. 8, I got TPT Auto Draft, free falling everywhere. She's lost the last 3 weeks. Her team is kind of it's kind of Denny Green, and it's doing what we thought they'd do. She's got Aaron Butthole Rogers on a bye week this week, so it's not looking any easier, and she's playing a very desperate Tony team who I know wants to win very much so this week, because let's face it, Tony had a tough week last week. He's at 7 in my rankings. One thing went wrong after another. We lost every game of Jenga we played. In Florida got stomped by LSU. He lost the fantasy matchup to me, which it happens. I mean, that wasn't a surprise, but it's still tough for him to take. And then he lost. We had a bet. Wasn't really publicized. We had a bet. But Loser did the Sylvester Stallone and chugged 4 raw eggs. So we got some footage here, so we'll cut to that. Enjoy.
You're gonna videotape the whole thing?
Well, it shouldn't take too long.
I gotta crack these too. So.
Yeah, we got time. I can edit.
Said 4.
Yep. Well, you said 5, but I decided 4. You're corny. Just drinking. Good. Hey, yo, Tony. Good job. That's my Sylvester Stallone. It's pretty good. Number 6, I've got the Church of Scientology. Huge win. We stood tall, beat Tony, needed to win, and we did. This week we've got another huge game against Kevin. Game of the year up to this point in the league. Kevin's a great team. I've got a great team. It's two Goliath-esque teams facing each other. Don't look at the records. Just look at the men behind the records, and you know how big this game is. Number 5, I've got Derek Olson. Derek is 3-3. I don't know what to make of his team right now. I put him at 5. It's right around there where they are in the standings, and as I said earlier, it's up to this week for Derek to show me if his team's good and beat Brady, or if his team's bad and loses to Brady. Up to you, Derek. Number 4, I've got the silent assassin, Greg Price. Greg's now 4-2. He hasn't made a lot of noise, but his team's been winning. Surprise, surprise to some. I mean, in the past, but I don't mean this disrespectful, Greg. I thought you'd have a good year, judging by your team, and you have so far, so keep it up. He pumped TPT's team last week, so now that put him at 4-2. He'll meet 5-2 because he plays DeLuga this week, so there's his 5th win, and Greg's kind of silently crawling up those standings. He's chasing number 3, Zaya. Jonathan Zaya beat Steve. Not really a challenge, but it's still a big win. He's still 6-0, has not lost in the league. But he's got a very big test this week versus also undefeated Andy. It's the first time that 2 teams have been undefeated this far into the season, and so it's a really big game. Probably the second biggest game of the week behind Kevin and mine. 2 is Sean. And then number 1, I've got Andy. Another week, another win for Andy. Got 3 more skins, and so the more I looked into it, I mean, I was thinking of putting him at 2, but I can't, with any right state of mind, put him anywhere other than 1. He's won every week. He's got the best record in the league, better than Zaya 6-0. Andy's 8-0 already. He's 6-0 plus he's already marked his future matches with Kevin and Steve as wins, so he's 8-0. Can he beat Zaya, move to 9-0? I guess we'll see. Other than that, it's near the midway point, so we're gonna have to make runs. Keep enjoying it and start really focusing on those playoffs, because they'll be here quicker than you realize, and I'm looking forward to it. Should be good. That's week 7. I'll see you in week 8.